So in this video, we're going to be having a look at a few things. So make sure you guys stick till the end because this is going to be very, very important if you guys want to essentially make money in this market. The whole crypto market right now is currently tanking. As you guys can see, everything is pretty much in red. Jupiter is up 17%, obviously, in the last 24 hours. And the last week, things have been a little bit shaky with XCN making a top gainer with 140%. Top hour, it looks like the market is slowly recovering. We're going to be having a look at the total. We're going to be having a look at the Bitcoin dominance. Very important. If you guys remember my last video on the Bitcoin dominance, I mentioned that we may see the Bitcoin dominance reach 50% to 59, 60% to 61% in order for us to see the massive altcoin boom. So can we see this happening before seeing the big altcoin season? We're going to get to that in just a second. And of course, we're also going to be having a look at my Discord right here. If you guys remember, I said I'm short until 3.28 on the total market cap. So you could expect your altcoins to bleed a little bit more. The total market cap is now sitting at 3.58. It has not been edited, okay? If we have a look right here on the total, you guys can see that 3.58 was actually right here on the total market cap. So this total market cap that you guys are actually seeing right here is including Bitcoin, including Ethereum, including every cryptocurrency, okay? And obviously you might be like, oh, the total, it's not so bad, right? It's only down like 8%. We're talking about trillions of dollars right here. So this is actually a lot of money, hence why most of your altcoins are bleeding. So if you guys were actually in my Discord, you guys would have known to essentially short at 3.6, and you probably would have made money right here at 3.28. So you guys right here, we actually got rejected exactly at the 3.28 region, and it seems like we're getting a rebound. Now, I'm not long yet because I'm waiting to see how the daily candle will close, right? It does end in 12 hours and 33 minutes. So you guys can see right here, we did get a bunch of rejection at the 3.6 level right here. As you guys can see, we rejected for multiple days, for literally a whole straight week at a time. And I said, guys, yes, I'm short. I'm short until 3.28. Why 3.28? We have an order block right here. Okay, you guys can see this is some sort of support right here. And if we were to essentially break that, then I would keep my short open. So now my short has officially been closed, guys. We made some money. You guys can go right here to my Discord and go to the trading PNL right here. You guys can see that people are absolutely printing money on my Discord, but that's that for another day. If you guys want to, feel free to join it. The Discord is free. If you want to join my Patreon, $99, link will be in the description below. Anyways, going into the total right here and the Bitcoin dominance. Before I have a look right here at the Bitcoin dominance, let's talk about this real quick, okay? Let's hear altcoin rally. That was kind of like an appetizer, okay? Now, we need to go back up, retest this level right here, clear this order block. Order block number 2 sitting at 60.5. So your altcoins might bleed a little bit more. Now, there's two ways this could happen. One, crypto tanks, right? Anyways, so you guys can see right here in my last video, I predicted, or I didn't predict, but I said that the Bitcoin dominance and your altcoins might bleed a little bit more, and that we might see the Bitcoin dominance pretty much go up. So we know historically when the Bitcoin dominance does go up, that's when altcoins tank. And this is exactly what is happening right now in the last 24 hours. Altcoins are absolutely getting obliterated right now, as you guys can see on cryptobanterbubbles.com. By the way, if you guys do like these videos and you guys do like these updates, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And the reason why is because only 14% of you guys who watch these videos are subscribed. 85% of people who actually watch my videos are actually not subscribed, which is really annoying. So let's get that number even out. I would really appreciate it. I make content, but you know, altcoins, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, whatever you guys want, I will be there for you guys in this bull market. I think this bull market is just starting. So having a look at the Bitcoin dominance or the total, this is a total market cap. Okay, so obviously if you guys are an altcoin holder, especially, or Bitcoin holder, it doesn't matter what, you need to be using, you know, your total as a your main indicator. You're not gonna make it if you don't use the total as your main indicator. Okay, so the bad news here, we're gonna be having a look at the good news and the bad news. The good news is that we did reject the 3.28 level, which is right here, right? Everything's looking fantastic. It looks like we're retesting that, we're rebounding exactly like I said on my Discord, 3.28. I'm short until that. Right now, the total market cap is currently sitting at 3.31. This is on the daily time frame. The bad news is that, you know, this is the trend line right here, and we're failing to hold the trend line. Okay, so this was actually a resistance right here, as you guys can right here as you line, and now we're back below it. And this is why I'm saying I closed my short, and I'm just waiting for the daily candle to close, which is right here on the right side of my screen in 12 hours and 30 minutes. Why? Well, if we close like this, I'm probably going to expect a move to the downside. Okay. Obviously this is not financial advice. You guys should always do your own research and due diligence, and I'm not saying right now to short or long, because that is literally absolutely not what I'm saying, because I'm actually neutral right now after taking profits. But you guys can see right here that we do have a major support level, and the big question is, will the total come back down to this level at 3.28? Right now, obviously everything is going to depend on one, on Bitcoin. So if we have a look right here on Bitcoin, Bitcoin is currently tanking. Everything's going to depend on one, Bitcoin, and two, the Bitcoin dominance. If we manage to essentially go up right here on the Bitcoin dominance and altcoins bleed and Bitcoin doesn't bleed as much, you could essentially expect your altcoins to fly, you know, mid-February, something like that, right? And another thing that I did mention on Bitcoin, guys, is unfortunately I said that the altcoin season would not start until we reach $87,000. That has not happened yet. I mean, we do have an order block right here that, in my opinion, needs to be cleared. So this is the order block right here on Bitcoin at 87. Yeah, $87,000 exactly. So we need that to clear. The good news on Bitcoin, it seems like the Bitcoin price is coming back down and rejecting off support. So this was a resistance. We know when we break off resistance in a trend line, doesn't matter what, we usually come back and test that trend line. It doesn't matter if it's later on in the day or later on in the year. We usually come back and retest it. Now, the good news is that we came back here and retested. And I told you guys a million times that just because Trump is president does not mean we're going to see a 10x, 20x gain. And everyone was showing me these fractals on previous bull markets, on this, on that, how this happened in 2001 and 1993 and 1968, and how the NASDAQ is replicating the Bitcoin chart and whatever. That's not what always happens, okay? I told you guys a million times, okay? When Trump was going to go in and when Trump was going to swear in, it was going to be very, very bearish. And the reason why is market makers. It's not that Trump is bearish. It's not that the whole crypto market is bearish. It's market makers. You guys need to know the market makers. If you guys don't understand the market makers and the big institutions, they don't want you to make money, okay? Market makers, they're here to take liquidity. This is how they make money. That's why they're so freaking rich, right? If someone is 50x long because they think that Trump is going to send the whole crypto market to freaking Jupiter, that's not gonna happen, okay? So people, what happened is they did this. Everyone was like, all right, let's go along 50x. Trump is president. The second Trump swears in, that's it. Sleepy Joe is out. We're gonna make money. It's so easy to make money in crypto, right? Let's just do 100x, 50x because we're guaranteed to make money. And guess what? That's not what happened, okay? Everyone got wrecked. Everyone got liquidated. And if you guys were 50x liquidated, you probably got wrecked. And like I said, not to go over leverage. And I told you guys not to do 4 or 5x leverage. And guess what happened? A bunch of you guys got wrecked. Now, the big question on Bitcoin is are we going to see Bitcoin fall down, or are we going to see Bitcoin reject right here and continue to the upside, or even better, are we going to see Bitcoin consolidate? Because at the end of the day, in order for us to have an altcoin season, we need to see Bitcoin dominance. If not the Bitcoin dominance, we need to see Bitcoin consolidate. If we don't see Bitcoin consolidate, we're not going to have the proper altcoin season that everyone is looking for. So anyways, having a look right here, the total, you guys can see that I said a couple things on my last video, on this KDA video right here. I said that we need to essentially come back and retest the 60%, right? Or the 59.6, because we do have an order block right here. This is our first order block. Guess what happened? We came back up and we got rejected. Okay, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. I'm not going to lie, but I said that once we get around this area right here, this is when you should start really, really heavily accumulating. And yes, that means starting right now, okay? Because we could see something like this happening anytime soon. Okay, so I'm not saying that this is exactly going to happen, but I'm saying that, you know, it's very, very possible that we essentially get rejected right here. Hence why this is a good opportunity to essentially accumulate your shit coins. Anyways, number 2 is, can we see Bitcoin get in here? This is where I said you guys should start taking loans and shit. Obviously, I'm kidding, not financial advice. Don't take loans for crypto. That's probably the dumbest shit you guys can do. Okay, so 59.6. Yeah, so things are looking pretty good. Bitcoin did break out of this triangle right here. Now, historically speaking, right, if we actually have a look at the triangle, now I'm not saying we're going to go this high, right? But, you know, obviously we should see a pump to 63%. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But the fact that we are breaking to the upside just means that we probably have a few more days of pumping to do. And of course, Ethereum is not really helping the situation right now. Ethereum is currently down 4.5%. Ethereum is retesting this level right here, and we did break this resistance, this support right here. So if Ethereum breaks the support right here, you could expect Ethereum to actually come back to the next support level, which is currently sitting at 2,700. If of course this does happen, you could expect your altcoins to essentially bleed a little bit more, and this means that your Bitcoin dominance will essentially pump to the moon, which is right here. This is the Bitcoin dominance. So we're gonna have to see what happens. You guys need to be patient. The altcoin season is happening. I want you to make money. It's that simple. If you're gonna go 50x, 70x, 100x on your fucking shit coins and your altcoins, you're literally messing up, and you're the reason why, if anything, there's no altcoin season, because everyone is getting liquidated. And guess what? If we have a look right here at the Bitcoin liquidation, you guys can see that a bunch of people are freaking getting wrecked in the last freaking 24 hours. $800 million in liquidation in the last 24 hours. Like, what the fuck is going on, guys? Are you guys out of your fucking minds? Excuse my French, but seriously, 24 hours, long $800 million, short $70 million. Everyone thought that when Trump was going to take office, everyone was going to make money. It's not that easy. I'm going to say this a million times. It's not that easy. If you guys like these videos, once again, you guys want to see more updates on your altcoins, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, like this content for more.